Every week on AFTV Picks, we give away £1,000. And all you've got to do is enter our free-to-play competition and go head-to-head with me, win it, and this could be yours. Get involved right now, click the link in the description, and you can play, and it's absolutely free. All you have to do is be over 18 and have some decent football knowledge. So what are you waiting for? Get involved now and you could win yourself £1,000.
Hi and welcome to the pre-match build-up show with myself, Cecil Jee and James B, and we're looking ahead of today's game against Leicester. But obviously first, you know how it goes. Oh, I forgot the theme music. Dun, dun, dun.
I thought I got away with it for a sec.
Fade into the show. Hi and welcome to the pre-match build-up show. You have tuned in to myself, Cecil Jee and James B, and we're going to look ahead of the game against Leicester later. But first, we're going to obviously look back at Benfica. You know how the show goes, the structure. We go back, we're going to look at our goals. We're going to talk about Danger Man. Dun, dun, dun. You know,
we need to just get your sound machine, man, because this singing is...
Robbie, if you're watching, come on, we need the sound. I'm watching myself now. Look, I look like I'm about to rob like a shop. All right, let's get to the show.
You know we're live right now,
right,
yeah? Okay, all right, cool.
All right, cool. So,
James, having one of these mornings.
I am. How are you first?
Good.
Yeah?
I'm good. Yeah, chair's breaking apparently. We're into the next round of the Europa League, and yeah, this is going to be a good little test. I think it's going to be interesting. Does he rest players? Does he go for a full team? We'll debate that with the fans later. This
is what I'm struggling with today. The league for me, it's not a distant memory, but like we're not really playing for top four anymore. And do you know what's mad? Me even saying that. How again we've not that we lowered our standards, because top four to us was an achievement back in the day, and rightly it should be in my opinion. But we're looking at top sixes now.
Yeah.
Maybe not even that.
See, this is what's weird, right? Because we're just focused on the Europa League, but the reality is we need to keep trying to rack up the points in the league and stay competitive in it and stay relevant. You know, for the last few weekends, I know we're not where we want to be in the league, but for the last few weekends, we've been saying, if we win this though, we're kind of in the 30s in terms of points, along with a lot of other teams that we want to be catching. Now, I'm not saying that's good or anything to be happy about, but at least it's kept it somewhat relevant. And we do need to keep the league relevant. We do need to keep trying to chip away. And then if you get to 5 games left and you find, oh, we're only 3-4 points off 6th or 5th or whatever, then great. Then you consider whether you want to have a real push at it. Yeah. We've got to keep it relevant. But
so if you was Arteta, would you continue to play a stronger team instead of putting out the players that haven't really been featured, the Nelsons, the Martinellis? They're still good players, but would you involve them in the league now, or would you say, do you know what, we've got to keep being serious in the league?
This is why I'm a hypocrite, because in my 11 I rotated a lot. I want Pepe to come in, I want Saka to get a rest.
Yeah, yours was posted.
Smith Rowe, but by the way, my changes weren't. I wasn't sort of giving charity minutes to players. You know, I'm bringing in players who I think, you know, did I have Martinelli in there? I think I did. Pepe, Lacazette, players who deserve to be playing. Pierre-Emerick can come in for Gabriel, I think, and do fine. So I'm not putting out a weak 11. I just think we need to start protecting the likes of Saka a little bit more personally.
Okay, agreed. Right, well, guys, let us know. Do you think we should be taking the league serious? Let us know in the comments. Obviously, we should be putting our strongest 11 out, even though we're mainly focusing on the Europa League, I'd say.
We're going to build the 11s later. And
big section today.
I
know you want to...
Well, actually, I've not told you this. I want to do it a bit differently today.
Oh.
So normally what we'll do is you obviously send your 11s in and we'll build each one and we'll show everyone your 11.
Yeah.
I want to do it slightly different. We're going to give a little bit more time to it today, and we're going to go position by position and see what votes are coming up the most.
Okay.
So who's our right back? See who's coming up the most, Bellerin, Cedric, whatever. Okay. And we'll go position by position, and hopefully by the end we'll have built the fans' 11 as a whole.
As a whole.
Yeah.
I like that.
Because I think that'd be interesting to see what the majority of people want to do. Yeah.
Okay. Just don't. Cool. No, yeah. Let's go to Benfica. Let's look back at the game that tested my patience, tested my nerves, tested my emotions. But you know what? It was a good result. So we're going to go through the goals here. I know James will still not a lot of analysis on it.
Well, we got there in the end.
Facts.
And you know, in big part down to Bukayo Saka, and we're going to show that you know, his involvement in the goals, Aubameyang's 2 goals. What I love about this goal was, I don't know if you remember, it was around the time we played Leicester the first time at the Emirates, and we were talking about how our style of play is almost for like a Lacazette to drop into midfield. You know, he was a striker who was part of the build-up play. And our front three, whether it's Pepe and Aubameyang or Willian or Saka, whoever, were almost meant to be like the wide outlets. You know, almost coming from out to in and scoring goals. Now, it worked for us to a degree. But what Leicester have done really well is have someone like Vardy who plays on the shoulder, and Barnes, who from out wide, Iosi, Perez, whoever it is, drops into midfield to get the ball and almost act as creators. Now, I wanted to see Arsenal try something similar like that with Bukayo Saka, even the likes of Willian, whoever it might be. And in fairness, I think we're starting to see that a lot more. So rather than having Aubameyang dropping into this area here, and then basically, you know, having your wide men trying to sort of penetrate in those areas, what I loved about this goal was we had Aubameyang playing on the shoulder. And he was doing this for a lot of the game. He was stretching their centre-backs. So when Vertonghen comes out to press Bukayo Saka, which we're going to see in a minute, Aubameyang is there lurking. He times his run brilliantly. I'm going to play it once through, and then we'll go back through it slowly. But Saka gets the ball and plays a lovely ball. Yeah. I mean, it's just like...
The finish
It's such an Arsenal goal. That's what I love about it.
It was, and the finish was exceptional. I know we had a bit of debate here saying, remember we said like, it wasn't... Well, one fan of not Arsenal saying it wasn't an exceptional finish, but of course it was. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, it was... It was really special because it's the run to stay on side and then to have the composure
to slot it past
in
him.
a really big game. You know, the third one which we'll talk about is kind of, if you're in the right place, it's hard to miss. The movement's good, but this one, it's the finish as well that comes with it. And when Odegaard, what I like about Odegaard, okay, is that I think he makes little passes that they might not seem like a big deal, but they're really smart. They're really smart. They're very intelligent. He's not wasting time. He's just giving it. And I think Smith Rowe's got that to a degree. And this little pass to Saka here, it's nothing special when you just look at it. But it's that he's come out wide to get the ball. He's recognised that Saka's come inside, and he's recycling. He's moving it on into someone who's in a dangerous position who can maybe affect it from there. And Saka, because he's very talented, does. And if you watch Aubameyang's movement, let's take it back to the very beginning again. He drops in a little bit, then he goes in front of he moves in front of Verissimo, the centre-back, staying onside the whole time, and then he darts. And you've been a striker. How much are you coached that sort of drop and go?
In, to stay onside. I think time on the run is massive, especially, when I was playing 100%, that's the intelligence. That's the intelligence side of being a striker. How do you fool the defenders? How do you stay on side? How do you blindside them so you run where they can't see? And Aubameyang's world class. He's elite. That is what he's good at. The runs in behind and his finishing. Mostly like Vardy as well today, which I think
they're very comparable.
They are. And people, I've argued with people as well saying they're not, but they definitely are. Their strengths.
Vardy's got a bit more. He's a bit more tenacious.
He's a bit more aggressive in his play. But I think they're very similar in the way their strengths are. Like I said, running in behind and slotting it past goalkeepers. Their finishing is exceptional. I just want to quickly highlight, speak about him all the time. Saka here, with the amount of players in front of him, to see that run first. That's one thing you have to do. To see the run, right? That's a skill in itself. But the weight of pass and it being technically a reverse ball because he's coming inside and he's playing it through that gap.
It's class.
I'm running out of words to big up Saka.
He can quite literally do it all. That was the part of his game we haven't seen as much of other things.
Yes.
If Ozil does that, you're thinking, wow.
Yeah.
Best number 10 in the world.
100%.
Right? And that's what's so brilliant
I even
about
expect it from Odegaard, but Saka, I mean, he's just proven to us he can literally do everything.
But we've got players in the team who can do that now, and that's what's different to when we played Leicester at first, when we were playing a hybrid back three, Saka was out on the left. I think actually, in fairness, against Leicester, when we lost 1-0, I think we did play a bit of a 4-3-3, but then Xhaka dropped a centre. It was a bit weird.
Yeah.
But it is brilliant. And then, when he plays that ball, and Aubameyang, this goes back to what Lee was arguing about on the watch along when he was saying, could Leno have done better with the Ceballos error and the goal they scored to go 2-1 up?
Yeah.
I think, how do you pronounce it, later, I think? He makes a decision for Aubameyang because he comes out and he tries to scramble. Aubameyang knows, if I dink this, it's in. That's what's. I'm not going to take anything away from Aubameyang. I think that's what's brilliant about it, is he recognises that and picks him off for it. And then it's a lovely little chip. And we're 1-0 up. Which is, it was the position we wanted. It was, what am I doing? It was the position we wanted. It was a good start. I felt Arsenal needed to go and then kick on from that, get the second, get the third. And obviously we didn't, which was really disappointing. in terms of, from 1-0 up, we didn't go and assert our dominance on the rest of the game. We were in that position. At that point, it was Benfica who had to open up, and they had to expose themselves a little bit. And we never made them do that because of the silly goals that we conceded and they scored. We'll talk about the Willian sort of moment in Tierney's goal. But were there any comments or anything? Anyone?
We got James should be on Sky Sports, which was a very nice comment. I saw that at the beginning. Lorcan Garvey says, best you on AFTV. Keep up the good work, guys. Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Lorcan Garvey. That's not a trick name, is it?
You're always lucky.
Just checking. Thank you, Lorcan. Rohan Wolf says, I believe we can actually do this today. Do you know what? With that comment, Ronan, quickly, believing we can actually do this today is essential. One, because this is, in my opinion, could be one of the weakest, it could be one of the weakest sides Leicester have at the moment because of injuries. Their injury list is massive. We'll probably try and touch through today, but this is the time to get the win against Leicester.
But they had an injury list when they came to the Emirates.
It's true, I know. And
Vardy
do you know what?
was on the bench.
They've had injuries all week. All season.
And they're still second,
doing
third,
really
where
well.
are they? They're a very good side, Leicester. They're very good, and Brendan Rodgers is very good at getting something out of the team, even when it kind of looks like they're injury plagued, whatever. But they had a bad moment in midweek, a moment that Rodgers sides have, that Leicester have had in the last year or two under Rodgers, which is losing games they really shouldn't have lost. And that should give us hope. So shall we look at this second goal?
Yes, quickly, just Mijon Yu says, I hope Willian starts, and then Milian Maths says, we can do this. Cool, big up. Right, let's look at this goal.
This is interesting, right? Mikel Arteta was asked in the press conference after the game, he was asked, why did Willian come on? Well, not necessarily why did Willian come on, why didn't Pepe Martinelli come on? And he said that the way Benfica set up, very deep, there was no space in behind, so he felt that Pepe and Martinelli aren't really going to have an impact in that game. So clearly he sees them as more as runners. Players who you feed the ball to, and they're going to exploit the space with their pace, their movement, their intelligence, all that. He said, essentially what he's implying is Willian is more of a wide number 10. So we kind of brought him on to essentially be another creator and try and make something happen. And in fairness, it's exactly what Willian did. And there's a lot of people saying, does Willian really deserve an assist for the Tierney goal? Now, I'll be honest, when you're caught up in the moment, you're watching it, you're just focused on what Tierney did. I watched it back and Willian has a massive impact in this goal and the build-up. And don't take away from it because it's genuinely brilliant. And I'm not just saying that to pick up a player who struggled, it's very, very good. First thing he does is peel from out wide, as you can see here, come into midfield to get the ball off Gabriel. That in itself is good because Xhaka has moved to left centre-back, which he does a lot. So Willian has come in, which we don't like, but we're not going to talk about it today. I know we don't like it. But he's come into that space where almost Xhaka should be. So he's kind of recognised that someone needs to drop in to get the ball there. He gets it, and he doesn't dwell on it. There's no touch, turn, nothing. He knocks it straight off to Xhaka immediately. Xhaka takes a touch and gives it to Tierney, but at this point, I'm going to bring it back here. Willian's off.
Now, here, see, for me, this would have been negative because he's closed the space down of where he's blocked Aubameyang. I know we're about to see he's going to play it forward. He carries on his run, which is essential to this move. And James is right. We've been critics of Willian. A lot of people have, a lot of fans, a lot of the Arsenal fans, and I understand it. But in this move, he's underrated for what he's done. This move here to the wide to create space for Aubameyang and for himself and for Tierney.
You are absolutely spot on because if I just illustrate that a little bit more, it's here. Oh, great! Now it's gone. Okay, it's gone. I've ruined it. Anyway,
it's okay.
What I wanted to show was when Willian makes that run here, because he goes in beyond, he's left that space for Tierney to come and basically step into. It's very good interchange. I know a lot of credit goes to Tierney for what he did in the box and the good finish, but the build-up is good. Credit to Arsenal in that situation for showing a bit of composure and class and actually breaking down Benfica. So when Willian goes, fastest I've seen him run all season. Big up Willian, he did really, really well when he came on. That ball from Tierney, and I mean this in the right way, it's obvious. Willian's run has made it obvious for Tierney. He said, give it to me here. And he lays it off. And Tierney's off. Now, Aubameyang sprints into the box. And what I love about this is I just want a little disclaimer here. The Benfica players aren't in their exact correct positions. I put a player for each position, but it's not necessarily Pizzi there or Weigl. I think it's meant anyway. That's not important. The point is that there is a player in those positions, but what it is Willian recognised there's no obvious pass to Aubameyang really. I know it might look like there is there, but there's not.
There's not.
So he cuts it back. He finds Tierney on the edge of the area, bit of a shimmy.
Slots it in.
That bit's not as important. You know, someone's tighter to him, he has to show a bit of footwork. I'm not really trying to display what Tierney did. We can all see his brilliance. The bit that I've tried to really show off accurately is this bit here, where Willian drops in and then goes, and it doesn't sound like a lot, but
Yeah, so it doesn't sound like what you can say. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it's massive to the move. Now, the only thing I want to say is I wanted Lacazette to start. What I thought would be different in this move is once Tierney received the ball, Lacazette wouldn't have done, in my opinion, maybe different. He wouldn't have done the run straight into the box. He probably would have stood here to hold up the defender and be a bounce pass for Tierney either to come in or Willian, which closes the space down.
I know what you mean. He might think there's another 1-2 in there.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's his sort of game. He wouldn't have thought Aubameyang's one to stretch the pitch. This is why this move is so brilliant. And Willian, identifying the pass is what is key here, guys. He could have tried to cross it to Aubameyang, but he didn't.
Yeah, you're spot on. You're absolutely spot on, because in fairness to him, he could have panicked and thought, oh my God, we need to score. I'm going to whip this in. And guess what fans would have said? They'd have said, fair enough, decent effort, got to try and do something. Or if he'd passed it to Tierney and not happened, get it in the box. That's what he'd have got. But he showed a lot of composure in this situation. As I said, from this point on, it's not that accurately described, but the point is, Tierney gets the ball, shows a bit of quality. But anyone trying to take that assist away from Willian, I think it's unfair. I think what he did to drop into midfield and led off the way he did, be a part of the build-up, very, very good. And that's exactly what Arteta wanted, and he explained that. That is what Willian offers you, as opposed to Martinelli and Pepe. Now, I think Martinelli actually can do that. I agree Pepe is more of a runner, but I think Martinelli can drop in and do that.
Yeah.
Do I now want to see Willian getting game time over them two? No, because he's not our future like they are. But I'm really happy that he had a big moment, a big involvement in a really big goal. So, yeah, really good stuff. Right. Josh in the background. Never mind. Right. Anyway.
The last goal.
The last goal.
Oh.
I like this. Again, disclaimer, the Benfica players, it's not necessarily Weigl who's closest to Odegaard, all that. Tarat's off the pitch at this point.
Yeah.
It's not the point. I'm trying to demonstrate the Arsenal movement here. This is why I'd love to have the footage. But, so.
One day.
Yes, one day.
One day.
This is all about Saka and Aubameyang, yes. But don't underestimate Xhaka, Odegaard and Lacazette here. The reason being, and I've got to credit Arteta here to a degree, and I'll explain why. Let's go through the goal.
Willian the GOAT. People are saying stop talking about Willian or Willian the GOAT.
Willian did well. What do you want me to do? Pretend he didn't?
Yeah.
You know, he did very well for that goal. Right, so we look at this, the winner, 87th minute, 80th, what are you laughing at?
No, Bellerin is our target, guys. He's not Savage, obviously, their target, obviously not Willian, they want to target Bellerin instead.
Oh, they're saying right, I see. Yeah, no, we don't target players.
They're bigging up Willie now.
Critically analyse them.
Says Jay. Yeah. But right, we're moving on.
Right.
Moving on to the final goal.
So,
here we go.
What I love about this is, I said something about Odegaard earlier, where I said he has little movements and he makes little passes that don't seem like a big deal, but they're great. Because Xhaka here, go back and watch the goal, he doesn't have a lot of room in front of him. And what he does, he plays a really nice sweeping pass out to Odegaard. And it's very clever. He switched the ball very neatly out wide. He's moving the direction of the play. And Odegaard has dropped into that pocket to get the ball. Not many people talk about Odegaard after the Benfica game on Thursday night, but I thought he was great. I thought the positions he was getting the ball in, the way he was kind of looking after the ball, caressing it from right to left, trying to get us into good positions efficiently, was brilliant. And Odegaard in this position, let's play it through. It goes out to Odegaard. Now, the ball to Saka's obvious. But he could try a little chip over the top to Aubameyang, something into feet with Lacazette. The reason I'm saying he could try that when they're not the obvious pass is that it's late in the game. We need to make something happen. He might feel like I got it in me to lift it over the top, see if Aubameyang can get him behind. But he recognises that we can move out to Saka and get him one-on-one with the fullback. And again, Saka doesn't panic here. He knows that Grimaldo, he's got him on toast. And he's thinking, I think it was Grimaldo who was one-on-one, but whoever the fullback was, actually, Grimaldo might have come off. It might have been Tavares, I think. Anyway, He's one-on-one with him, and he takes him into the penalty area. What I like about that is even just taking those few steps into the penalty area, rather than taking a touch and whipping it in, which is predictable, the defenders are set. What I like about this is he's going one-on-one with the fullback, and I think the fullback's thinking, is he going to drop the shoulder and go down the outside and sort of beat me and whip it with his right foot? Or is he drops a few step-overs, comes in and whips it in with his left? And Saka's proving to be unpredictable like that. Against West Brom, he got an assist or had a few moments where he was causing men problem with his right foot. And suddenly you're thinking, I don't know where Saka's going to go here. And I didn't know he had that to his game, this ability to beat men in that way. You know, to isolate a fullback, almost like we expected Pepe to be able to do. But Pepe's almost been more what I thought Saka would be, and Saka's been more what I thought Pepe would be. Saka, the man who beats men one-on-one, Pepe more the runner. Yeah. So Saka's added this to his game. He cuts inside and he whips it to Aubameyang. And it's a simple header from that point on. But the whole time that this is happening, Lacazette is keeping Otamendi and Vertonghen occupied. Yeah. So the only person marking Aubameyang is Verissimo, and that makes it a one-on-one situation. And when you put that ball into the box, you know that you've not got like a herd of centre-backs all coming out to claim it. It's smart, it's clever, he picks him out. This isn't just a pointless cross or an aimless ball into the box. He's looking for Aubameyang, he's looking for that very particular area there. I'll see if I can just bring it back here.
Bring it back. I think the ball is obviously world class as well. De Bruyne did a similar ball. I know it was different positions.
What a pass. What a pass.
I saw that, I was like, nah, this, because people said when he played against us that, he's come back, he doesn't look at it, and he's not.
Shut up.
Fools.
He's so good.
Fools.
He's so good.
Fools. When he put... It's like, oh my God. But this is... I think Saka, the ball was so exciting.
This is more of like a cross, whereas that was like a ping.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it was amazing. But he finds that area.
It's the area, the area is just spot on.
And then whips it in. And there's Aubameyang getting into the area and scoring. It's brilliant. And by the way, you just touched on that City-West Ham game. I'd just like to say to anyone out there who, after we lost to City, was saying, oh, but they're really good. You know, there's nothing you can do about it. Look what West Ham went and did in their backyard. Caused them genuine problems. Don't tell me Arsenal couldn't do the same. But that's my last thing on that. And that's my last thing on Benfica. Ultimately, I'm going to be very happy. Because there was quality behind the goals, right? No luck. Unlike Benfica had so much luck in all their goals. We really made our goals happen for ourselves. Even the Tierney one. So big up the players. They did very well.
Big up players. It was a nervy one, but it was a great game. It was a great game.
For the neutral,
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
I was bricking it the whole way through.
All right, now it's time for... Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. I still don't know what beat is, but... Danger Man.
It changes every day.
Danger Man. Okay, right, so... so
are they here? Are they on screen, your Danger Men?
That's a great question. I can find out right here.
They are. I can tell you that they are. Don't worry.
They're up.
I'll put them on for you.
Perfect.
Don't worry. I was trying to lead you into that.
Danger Man. Thank you. It was the lead-in.
Of course, yeah.
So the first person, obviously, it's the obvious, guys. It is the obvious. Mr. Vardy himself.
Mr. Jamie Vardy.
Started with Jamie Vardy because, well, as I'm sure many of you know. Well, he loves it against us. The stat it says only Wayne Rooney with 12 has scored more Premier League goals against Arsenal than Leicester City's striker Jamie Vardy, who has scored 11 goals in 12 appearances against the Gunners.
It's not a bad record, that, is it?
That is outrageous.
Are these his stats for the season?
Yeah, these are his. Yeah, he's in
Premier League.
Yeah, Premier League. Wow. Just Premier League. So 12 goals, 5 assists. I mean. It's not bad.
He's a proper finisher, isn't he?
He is.
He's a proper like
He's an old school striker.
I just score goals.
Yeah,
fast.
Even at the age he is as well. Yeah. He's a problem. He loves.
I think we nearly signed him, eh?
Oh, don't, James, don't.
No, I don't regret it or whatever. It's just that. We got Aubameyang and Lacazette, who I love, and I wouldn't trade them in for Vardy. I don't care. And that's not just a footballing thing. I love that they represent our club and play for our club, but it's just mad. It's just interesting.
It's crazy. It's crazy from where Jamie Vardy's come from and to where he's at now and for his age as well. I mean, it just goes to show like he's wow. Is he? Yeah, you could say. I wouldn't say world class, but he is.
I wouldn't say world class, but
he's up there with like he's
a top striker. He's a very very good striker, and he's a Premier League winner. Like I think this is what gets lost on some people when they're talking about the greats. yeah, Vardy's a Premier League winner.
Yeah.
He's won it.
Yeah.
In the most he won it with a team that never should have won it in the most incredible circumstances. So put some respect in this guy's name. Don't particularly like him on the pitch.
Off
the pitch, I don't know what he's like. He seems a good laugh.
Why'd you say that?
On the pitch, I think he's quite. Is dirty the word? I think he's quite. I'll give it right.
That's okay. Yeah.
Do you remember?
I would say this for Harry Kane. And not
what really?
Yeah.
No, Kane's just mouthy. He's like in the ref's ear and whatever. But I think Vardy, I think he'll leave a foot in if he fancies it.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, do you remember the Arsenal-Leicester game? We drew 1-1 at the Emirates in Project Restart.
Yeah.
And Mustafi got a kick to the face. Right.
Yeah.
I think that was delivery.
Oh wow! Conspiracy.
I think it was. I think it looked very like there was a kick out.
Fair. Okay.
There was a kick out. I think he's got that like. But by the way,
he definitely has that doggish like mentality. But I don't know.
He's a winner. He's a winner, right? He's a winner. And I'm not trying to necessarily knock him for that. I don't necessarily like it. But there's times I wish Aubameyang not kick someone in the face. Oh my god! But there's times. I wish. Yeah. Come on over.
Come on, show us something.
Yeah. But I wish he just left a little bit on a player sometimes, not in an aggressive way, in a legal way, in a just show. Oh, there we go. Show you I'm there kind of thing.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fair
But
enough.
he's a very good player.
Very good player.
And I'm not trying to take anything away from him, but he's a phenomenal player. He's one of the greats.
100%. Now, Vardy was the obvious. I have two danger men today because it should be just danger man, but I thought Vardy is the obvious one. We all know how capable he is of scoring goals, and he is a problem. My actual danger man who I really wanted to feature today, a player I really like and enjoy, isn't Barnes, it was Maddison. That is the player I think he's fully come into himself this season. He had great numbers before this season, but I really like Maddison. Off the pitch, I think he's a great guy as well.
Yeah, he seems a good laugh.
His interviews are funny as well.
They're honest. They're good. I'm learning from it. Yeah.
Thank you. Like he said that because we're not Liverpool. Yeah, we've had injuries all season, but because we're not Liverpool or City or the big teams, it doesn't get shown. And the success that Leicester have done through the players that are in this danger man section heavily involves him, and he's right. They don't get the respect because they're not the big six. They don't get the respect.
Except from us, who actually mentioned it, and we have been talking about it.
So we've mentioned it. So big up Maddison. Obviously he's injured today, so he's not been featured in the danger man section. But a man who's having a great season, moving along.
I loved his interview just very quickly when he said,
"Go on."
I can't remember which pundit said, he's a very good player, but he needs to add goals to his game and he needs to add numbers. And he said, and since then he's been working hard on that, and he's getting goals and assists and everything. And credit to him.
Yeah,
I cannot wait for Gareth Southgate to drop him for Jesse Lingard at the Euros. That's going to be great. Jesse Lingard, Declan Rice, Jordan Henderson, Eric Dyer. Yeah, with a back six.
The Euro squad's going to be very interesting. I know we're going off topic a little bit, but the Euro squad, when it gets to that, I'm going to be fascinated to see.
And I know we've got a massive audience that aren't English or England fans, and I completely get that, so we won't talk about it too much. But I mean, you've got to think Maddison, Grealish, Foden, they all got to be starting.
And Mount potentially as well.
Sancho, Sterling, Kane, Calvert-Lewin, Wilson, Ings, Ward-Prowse, Henderson. Some good players. Some very good players.
We'll do a danger 11 for England at some point. But right, moving on to a player that's been
we'll be covering the Euros, by the way.
Well, we will be.
We'll be covering Euros. Don't worry. All this, we'll have it for the Euros. Right. So your next danger man is
danger man,
Harvey Barnes, as you mentioned.
And I know. The comments have been screaming Barnes throughout, so big up. He has been in tremendous form. A stat here says both James Maddison at 8, obviously not available today, and Harvey Barnes with 9 are enjoying their best goal-scoring season for Leicester in the Premier League. Between them, they've been involved in 19 of Leicester's 26 Premier League goals.
Last 26 Premier League goals.
Last 26. Sorry. Last 26.
I was going to say, I swear they scored more than that.
I was going to say, but still, that is.
I really like Barnes.
Number.
I really like Barnes.
He is very. He's becoming very. What is it? Not dynamic, but he offers problems.
Nimble, is that the word? He's hard to tackle. Low centre of gravity.
He has a lot of facets to his game. Is what I'm trying to say. He's not just a winger that. He's unpredictable in a sense of he's not a winger that he does like I know Tierney's a fullback, he just puts his head down, pushes it and runs. He doesn't do that. He can do that. He can beat a player, he can assist a goal, and he's very good at taking on players and just scoring. He's very.
I didn't even mention him for England, you know. And he should be in the discussion.
Exactly.
Absolutely, he should be. I think he's hit double figures for the season as well. So yeah, enough bigging up Leicester players. But you know, I like Leicester. I do like Leicester. I don't want my rivals to succeed, but I like Leicester.
They're a wholesome team. That sounds.
They're
really,
doing it the right way.
Yeah.
Their recruitment's superb. I like their players.
They've got a manager that I actually wanted at Arsenal.
Great
as
club.
Well.
Yeah.
So I wanted Rodgers. So I mean,
and people forget what they went through with obviously losing their owner in the helicopter crash and what that must have done in terms of the not necessarily restructuring, but how they had to respond to that and the emotional trauma they went through and a terribly sad incident, and they've pushed on from it, and massive credit to them as a club. Like really admirable club. So, but I hope we smack them up today. So,
that one, they're the stats for the league, the Premier League. That they've scored. So obviously he scored 9 and then got assisted of 4. But Harvey Barnes, someone to watch today. I'm sure you got many fans that are watching. You're going to be aware of the players that I've brought up in Danger Man. But they're for me are two people we've got to look out for today. They're going to be involved, I'm sure, in the starting 11. But Maddison, I'm going to give a shout out as well. Honourable mention, because he's the guy that...
But you can do Tielemans and Ndidi. They've got some very good players.
Tielemans as well has been...
Yeah, I like Ndidi a lot. What a player.
Yeah. Right. Here it is. Oh, people are they getting their 11s already? No. Yeah, they are.
Right, okay, so...
Build your 11 time.
As we build them, just a reminder, AFTV VIP. If you haven't subscribed, why not? You should subscribe. It's £3 a month. £2.99 a month?
£2.99 a month.
Don't
worry about.
We keep stumbling on this weekly fee because every month has a different amount of weeks.
I've had accountants DM me. I've had mathematicians. I've had financial advisors. Cecil, it's 69p. I thank you guys. I actually appreciate that though. I do appreciate it. Honestly, I'm not going to go through the weekly costs, but it's very small. Okay.
Very small. And what do you get for all that, Cecil?
Oh, this is the most updated episode. This is quick.
Yeah.
Nice. This is what you.
We get it straight out. We're quick. Yeah.
Enjoy that.
You can see Lee's obviously top of that league, which is disappointing. Turkish lingering bottom. It's quite funny.
I heard Mo go for Turkish. Yeah, that was.
Mo's going, call me a disgrace. It was very funny.
Obviously, you get the press box on here where Robbie speaks to journalists, the top ones in the game, if I'm honest.
Top journalists covering Arsenal. Art DeRoche from The Athletic's been there. Tim Stillman, everyone knows Tim Stillman. Stilberto, he's there.
How's your touch? Very simple. Who's really about this ball life? Who can really play football? As fans, we love to talk. We love to say, Xhaka, you're not running enough. Bellerin, you're... But okay, that's all well and good, but can you actually play football?
Will you admit you lost to me and Robbie?
So then we're going to go to Ice Bath, which is Robbie's reaction after the matches. He gives his opinion.
He did lose to me.
Obviously, fan cams, he doesn't get to give his opinion. So we have Ice Bath on there. And then all the free stuff, there's a starting 11 selector, which we're going to go through today and go through your 11s. And then there's loads of other stuff. You get the picks where you get to win a share of £1,000. There's so much good content on there, guys. I mean, I could speak about it all day. You've got polls that you can get involved in. Quickly click that. The poll, let me just see what it is. Are you happy with the draw? Are you happy with the last 16 Europa League draw against Olympiacos? Yes. Could be much worse. Plus, we can revenge for last season. No, it's a tricky tie. I preferred another team.
I'm going for yes. Let's see what everyone's saying.
What's everyone saying?
91% saying yes, there you go.
Which is weird because there was easier teams in my opinion that we could have drawn, but I think people...
Yeah, there are also much harder ones.
There is much harder
ones.
And
this is a motivation. Cass made a great point. We were chatting, he said, this is a reason for teams to be super motivated. Just the last one, guys. There is a bunch of free content, as Cecil just said. Stuff like the poll, your starting 11, doing your AFTV picks, all stuff you can enjoy without subscribing. If you don't feel you can make that commitment, we completely understand. But there you go. You can enjoy other stuff. Things like the latest articles, you get to read all that. And you know what? Enjoy FTV from sometimes you want to just sit down and read in a more quiet sense perhaps. And all our YouTube stuff, as you can see here, our latest videos, ad-free. You get all that. You're not bothered by ads or whatever if you pay the $2.99 subscription. So that's all included. And now we're going to build 11s, show you how it's done, so you can go do your own. Put them on social media.
Just a quick one as
tag
well.
Us.
Yeah, sorry, tag us. Make sure you tag us. Do the AFTV on the app, then tag us. Just quickly on the ad-free thing. I always watch YouTube in the bath, random. I watch our videos in the bath, and there's so many ads. But obviously, when you're in the bath, you can't press skip. Very random. You can't press skip because obviously your hands in the bath. So I was like, oh my god, I should go to the app. Basically just use the app.
Thanks for that.
Does that make sense? No, because you watch it in the bath, you've got wet hands, you can't skip the ads. There's loads of ads. So go onto the app, I'm telling you, it's worth it. If you watch videos in the bath like me.
Let's just build your 11s now.
Alright, cool. So 11. That was random. I don't know what I told you.
We
that
nailed that, you know. We nailed it. We brought it up. We promoted it. It was all good. Then you're like, by the way, when you're in the bath and you can't use your hands.
That was suspect.
Right.
Let's
just go through it. Right. We've got 5 minutes till we're sending everyone over to the starting 11 show.
Okay.
So let's go through it. I assume people have Leno in their 11s.
Yes.
Right.
So we're going to go through
on.
it together. So I'm going to just pick so we got Ains 109. I'm just going to go through the popular topics. So definitely Leno in goal. Abdullah's got Leno. Yep. Ains
What's
got
everyone
Leno.
saying for right back? What's the consensus at right back, guys? Send in your comments. You want Bellerin, Cedric? Are you giving someone else? Chambers? Maybe Chambers deserves a run.
No, I'm seeing Tierney and Kieran. I'm seeing Kieran, Tierney and Cedric.
Kieran, Tierney and Cedric, fine.
That seems like Kieran, Tierney and Cedric.
Where is Cedric?
Kieran, Tierney and Cedric.
Okay.
Super chat from Mark T. Regular, thank you.
Thanks, Mark.
Leno, Tierney, Mari, Holding, Cedric, Xhaka, Partey, Pepe, Odegaard, Saka. We'll go through it as a team.
That's a good team.
We'll go through it together. I think a lot of people are saying Mari, James, today.
I went for Mari, okay.
Hold on, I'm seeing
Mari.
Yep.
Must be Mari.
Mari.
All right. Is that the general consensus?
Yeah.
Most people go for Mari today. Cool. I'm glad people are starting to appreciate Mari, to be honest. Okay.
Okay, it's split between Louise and
Holding. Right, yeah. Louise or Holding? Send it in, guys.
Yeah, Louise or Holding. Louise or Holding. Hold on, we'll see if it's coming in. Hecky B, someone said. Louise and Mari. I think everyone's going Louise. Holding. Come on, guys. Holding. People going Holding. Oh, it's kind of split. Louise. It's very split. What should we go for, James? Louise.
Let's ask the crowd. Louise or Holding today, everyone?
No, Louise.
All right, we're going for Louise.
What are you saying?
Hold it down, Rob. Hold it down.
Oh, Brennan, what are you saying?
Louise.
Okay,
right.
Louise.
That's Louise. Louise makes it. Right, in midfield.
Centre mid, defensive mid pairing, guys. Who are we going for?
So I went for Partey and Sabas personally. I think it's time to give Xhaka and rest and see if Partey and Sabas can have form a bit of a partnership there. What's everyone saying in the comment section?
We're getting there. Right, these things. Kolasinac. Okay, that's not available. Come on, we're on the centre mid now, guys. Louise is going crazy. They're going crazy with Louise and Gabrielle and stuff. Can we go, guys, the midfield? People in the comments? Still going on Holding Louise. Wow, these chats. Oh, here we go. Xhaka and Partey. First one from #6G15. That's it, man. Oh, Partey and Xhaka. Yeah, Partey and Xhaka.
Is everyone saying Partey?
Robert Kelly. RJ says El Neni and Xhaka. Partey. People are saying Partey. People are saying Partey. Partey and Xhaka. It's going to be Partey and Xhaka.
Okay. Now this gets a little bit complicated. So guys, throw in your front four. Just throw out the players you want there.
Yeah, let's do the front four.
We'll build them. I really do think it's time for Saka to have a rest. But I think
Saka to be rested.
People will go for something like this.
Torreira.
Where's Pepe?
These comments are flying in. Front four, people. Front four.
I think people will go for that. By the way, that's a good-looking team, isn't it?
Let me see. I'll be happy with that. Oh, no Lacazette. No Lacazette.
No, but I just think that's what people go for. I think that's the most expected one.
Okay.
But I would play Lacazette. I would play Martinelli.
I'm seeing Odegaard and Emil Smith-Rowe.
Okay.
But that's only a 2. Here we go. #G15. Again, on it. Saka, Emil Smith-Rowe, Pepe and Laka.
Interesting. So that would include
Vieira and Partey. I'd love to see that. Obviously, back in the day, imagine.
What's the midfield?
Yeah, Vishnu Bodad says they want a lot of people saying Emil Smith-Rowe, I think. Yeah, there are a lot of people. Pepe.
Yeah.
Pepe as well.
Okay, look.
Pepe, Smith-Rowe, Odegaard, Laka. People are saying Smith-Rowe. They want to
call me controversial. I would do that as my front four. Not that the rest of the team is. Oh, it's only Sabas for Xhaka, but otherwise I'd go for.
I think this is what people kind of want to see. I don't know about Pepe, Odegaard, Martinelli, Laka. Odegaard, Pepe, Gabby, Laka.
We have options, isn't that nice? Earlier in the season, I was so just let down by who we had. But you think since the start of the season, Saka's emerged as a right winger. Smith-Rowe's emerged as a sort of a young player who's capable, very good at this. Is good enough to play at this level. Odegaard signed, and Martinelli's come back from injury. That's 4 more options that we didn't really feel we had at the beginning of the season. And look how much better we look for it.
No, you're very right. Yeah. Zach Alex says Willian, Saka, Aubameyang, Odegaard, Pepe, Odegaard, Martinelli.
Hold on, Willian, Saka,
Or Aubameyang and Odegaard.
Odegaard, Aubameyang. Wow.
Pepe, Odegaard,
He's
Martinelli.
changed all 4 positions there,
Pepe,
and that
Martinelli.
wouldn't even be the worst thing.
Do you know what? What I'm getting a consensus of from everyone, they want Martinelli to start. He's definitely there. Odegaard's also there. A lot of people saying Saka as well.
All right.
No, sorry, no, Odegaard is there. Sorry, not Smith Rowe. Yeah, Odegaard. So it's a lot of Odegaards, Pepe, and Martin. We can't have all of them. It's very split today, but it's good to have options. Sorry, guys. What we're going to end it with, James? What do you think is the strongest front four? Oh,
That's all right. So I was just showing the app again. I think the strongest is different. The strongest is Saka, probably Saka, Odegaard, Pepe.
yep.
I like Smith Rowe a lot, with probably Aubameyang
I
up
like
front.
Smith.
But I just think he'll probably rest and rotate a little bit. I know that's not what Robbie wants to see, but yeah, he's not about that.
not
But
about that.
you know, we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's that.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to the end of the show. The people are arriving. It's Lee's in the building. Pippa's got a blazer on. Fancy. And the Kelechi's here as well. And we've got Don Robbie in the building. Guys, Ty's got a blazer on as well. It's time for us to wrap up. Thank you for tuning in to the Pre-Match Build-Up Show. Make sure you check out the app. James has plugged it very well today. Make sure you check it out. Like I said, forget the moment of me talking about watching my YouTube videos in the bath. We'll forget about that. Big up to you all. Up next is the starting 11. We'll see you again very soon.